We are just weeks away from a national traveling exhibition making its way to Vincennes University. The Americans and the Holocaust exhibit aims to examine the motives, pressures, and fears that shaped Americans' responses to Nazism, war, and genocide in Europe during the 1930s and 40s. Joining me now to give us all the details are Shake Library's Charlotte Gilbert and Jamie Cox. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
So, Americans and the Holocaust. It's a national traveling exhibit. Tell us a little bit about it and what folks can expect when they come see it.
Yes, so it is a traveling exhibition for libraries, and it's made possible by the United States Holocaust Memorial Museum and the American Library Association, and we are one of 50 libraries on the current tour of the exhibit. So you'll find out a lot of information. You'll learn about what Americans knew at this time. Did Americans help Jewish refugees? Why did Americans went to war? And how Americans responded to the Holocaust. Those are all topics that are covered throughout this exhibit.
Okay, very impressive. I know in researching for our interview today, I'm born and raised in Knox County. I was a VU student before I came back to work here at Vincennes University. I've always known the name Shake Library, but for the man behind the name, I had no idea the direct connection to this time era we're talking about in Germany, the Nuremberg trials. Mm-hmm. Tell us about Judge Shake's connection to the trials.
Sure. So Judge Shake was actually not only a judge in the Nuremberg trials, but he was a trustee of the university, as well as when he got his education, it was the Gimbel family, a Jewish family here in the community, that paid for his education. He was also reputed to be one of the members of the community that actually helped to shape Vincennes University into what we come to know it now.
Yeah. So how does it feel, Jamie, like knowing that we've got this connection with the library's namesake and be able to bring this exhibit here to town?
I mean, it's kind of amazing because most people don't know nowadays what Judge Shake did for our community and how he also served our country. So being able to bring this exhibit not only shares light on what Americans did across our country, but also what Americans did here in our county and in our town.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, as you said, Shake Library is one of 50 libraries across the country in this round being able to host the exhibit. What went into the application process to be awarded this opportunity?
Several things, one of which is we actually just reached out to so many schools and community members asking for their support and getting support letters that just help to address the need that we have here. Mm-hmm. And part of it was just, to me, it was very impassioned request to have it not only based on our communication of what reasoning we had behind that with Judge Shake, but also when I had taught a class and asked them if any of the students knew what the Nuremberg trials are. It was about a class of 40 and only one student actually even knew. So it really spoke resoundingly to the fact that we needed to have this kind of education come to our community.
Okay, and coming it is.
Coming it is.
So what are the dates that the public can come view this exhibit?
March 17th to April 28th, and everything that we are doing here is free to the public. I wanted to make sure. So if you do have a larger group, we do ask that you schedule a tour if you're wanting a tour, but you can come in and view the exhibit anytime without anyone giving a tour.
Okay, and I know as part of the exhibit, we are getting some interaction with the community. They can contribute to what is called the Butterfly Project. Explain what that is, Jamie.
The Butterfly Project was started by a Holocaust museum in Texas, where they want to create a butterfly that represents every child that died in the Holocaust, which would be
around 1.5 million children perished.
So obviously we're not going to be able to create 1.5 million butterflies, but we are encouraging the public to help interact with the exhibit while it's here by creating their own butterflies. And they can send them to us if they want. They can drop them off at the library, or they can even create butterflies for their own businesses, their own homes, their own classes, their own schools. And if they send us pictures of their own butterfly exhibits and displays, we'll definitely make sure those are featured on our website and our social media pages.
Right.
Okay, yes.
We also have, it's actually associated with the butterfly poem, which is listed on our website. And if anyone would like to have that printed off and sent to them, then we could be happy to send it to them, as well as maybe a QR code or something explaining that the exhibit is here. So we try to associate the two so that it raises more awareness.
Yeah. And how great would it be that our community would be flooded with beautiful butterflies all around our area to tie into the time when the exhibit is here. Hopefully we can definitely encourage that to happen. And I know then to celebrate and kick off the opening of the exhibit, we have an opening reception being planned. If folks come out to the opening reception, what can they expect?
Sure, we have a welcoming by the Vincennes University administrators. Our provost will be there, as well as our president. And then, of course, the exhibit will already be set up, as well as the associated exhibits that we have placed. And in fact, one of the things that I thought to mention was that with our partnership with Trent Andrews and the Candles Museum, we will actually have an interactive avatar of Eva Kor, one of the survivors of Auschwitz. And so you can talk to her.
Very nice. Yeah, that will be very neat to see and to participate with. And then, yes, Trent Andrews is coming as a keynote speaker then on March 27th. He's going to tell the story of Eva Kor. Okay. And then some of the other events you've got planned include a panel discussion on April 1st. What can folks expect from that interaction?
Yeah, so the panel discussion will have experts or historians from the state of Indiana, as well as here in Knox County. And they will talk about what it was like for people during that time here in Indiana. The exhibit is about Americans and the Holocaust, and that includes us here in Knox County and in Vincennes as Indiana. So what they experienced, what did they know? How did they experience this time period?
Yeah, it's so important to, I think, remind folks of what it was like back then, because you get far enough removed and there are things that are forgotten and lost. So I think this is really great.
Yeah, you see it as a global event, but this will bring it back home to what was it like here for us.
Yeah. On April 8th, we're going to tie in more of our senses for a beautiful musical recital by Kyle Forehand. I know we're going to help record that for folks who can't attend in person, but what a treat this is going to be, this performance. Tell us about Kyle.
Well, Kyle has earned his PhD from Indiana University in musicology, and he has actually found this to be a lifelong pursuit for him, and it's actually from a little bit of a different perspective. His grandfather was actually a Nazi, and so he felt that he needed to honor the things that had happened and to the Jews, and you know, the response to his family, which was, you know, they always kept it kind of quiet, and he wanted to find a way to sort of make repentance, if you will, for the things that his own family has done. And so it's very much a passion of his. I'm very much looking forward to that particular event.
Absolutely. And like I mentioned, we're going to record that so you can post it, but you're also trying to record all the programming that you're providing in case teachers, classrooms, students, folks of the community can't make it. They can go to the website.
Yes, check our YouTube channel out. We plan to put all of them up there.
Okay. And I know, kind of rounding out, like I said, it's an impressive list. There's a book talk on April 10th. What's that going to be focused on?
The book is called Dwight Eisenhower and the Holocaust, and that's by Jason Lancer. And so he'll be discussing his book, which will also cover just yet another aspect of Americans and the Holocaust.
Yeah. And then, of course, teacher resources are available on your website. It's a great opportunity for teachers to be able to tie into their classroom a lot of different learning lessons on a lot of different grade levels as well.
Yes, we encourage teachers to bring their classes for a field trip to see the exhibit. There's also going to be, we have all those teacher resources listed online that are from the United States Holocaust Memorial Museum. It covers a wide range of grades and age ranges. So to be able to not only tie in the experience of viewing the exhibit, but also into their own curriculum.
And then of course, anybody out in the community, you've got a great list of books recommended to help kind of boost your own learning and information on the topics.
Yeah, we have recommended books, children's books, graphic novels, basically a book for every topic.
Yeah. What a great feat it is bringing this exhibit here for our community to get to take part in. What do you hope people take away after being able to come through the exhibit, take part of some of the programming that you're making available? What do you hope their takeaway is?
You know, this entire experience from the beginning, I have learned so much. So even if they just come away with some small semblance of, you know, what things were like, then to reflect on that and to kind of see the decision making and where we were during that time, and just learn from it, because we don't want to repeat same
That's
mistakes.
right.
So let's aim to just learn, always learn.
That's right. Education prevents, hopefully, repeating of horrible past mistakes.
We hope so.
Yeah. All right. Well, we look forward to the exhibit coming, and I know we're going to help spread more awareness about it as well. And we wish you all the best.
All right.
Thanks for being
Thank you very
here.
much.
Thank you.
And you can find all the resources that we mentioned that Shake Library has made available to the public by going through a link posted on our website, vincenneспbs.org.